The night before Easter, on a rugged hillside in the Texas Hill Country, the story of the final days of Jesus Christ are brought to life, from his temptation by Satan to his resurrection and glorious ascension. Experience the power of Christ's ministry reenacted in a natural amphitheater by the residents of a small Texas town of Junction.
We all feel up here that the glory doesn't belong to us at all. We're doing this for Christ. We're not doing it for ourselves. We feel that it's lasted so long and has gotten to the place that it is now because of that feeling amongst the entire group.
Larry Trimble is the 7th director in the 60-plus years of the Easter Pageant. For over 20 years, Mr. Trimble has been part of the production, and in his time of involvement, Mr. Trimble has seen God's grace at work.
We had redesigned part of the temple scenes a few years back to make it look more realistic when the earthquake and the temple fell. And that first year that we used the design, which is large cedar blocks, the wind came up and blew it down right after we stood it up in the morning of the pageant. And we came back out and we stood it up again. It sat there for about 15 minutes. A gust of wind came up, just knocked it down. At that time, I turned and looked into the wind and I asked God, I says, do you want us to do this? Or do you want us to wait? And the wind stopped. Completely stopped. Not even a breeze. So I turned around, set the temple back up. The wind did not blow that day at this site until the temple fell, until we pulled it down. We've had storms roll in that the storm was magnificent all the way across the south horizon. Came up to within a mile of the site, and a bunch of us were up here and we were watching the storm, and we got together and said a small prayer, Lord protect us. And about a mile from this site directly to the south, the storm split and gave us a berth of about a mile all the way around and joined back up over the top of town about a mile away. It was just, it sent chill bumps down your spine, because here this football shaped area above us, the stars were shining, and all the way around there was lightning, thunder, winds, all sorts of mayhem going on around us. But right where we were portraying God's word, it was calm. That we were all amazed at the fire of God to protect us where we were.
Through the years, no matter the weather, the pageant has never been canceled.
We did have one year that we paused in production for about 20 or 30 minutes till a hailstorm went by. Well, it was small hail. A few years ago, we had a very beautiful pageant, a very beautiful play. The snowflakes were falling size of golf balls during the whole play.
And sometimes the decision is not up to Mr. Trimble.
The year it snowed, it was cold, it was miserable, snow was falling, and I came to the stage to ask if we could have a vote whether we were going to continue or not that time. Before I stepped on the stage, there were 4 to 6 people that met me and said, when are we starting? And that was the consensus throughout of everyone there. They were wanting to put the show on. They did not care if it was snowing.
So why do almost 100 volunteers in Kimball County devote many hours to rehearsal of their parts and even furnish their own costumes?
It's a blessed part of my life that I look forward to every year, to go up there, not only present in the play, but to be part of the practices every week and to be up there and just walk out the life that Christ did and walk out the life that the disciples did. Words can't really explain the impact that has on your life.
Just to be up on that hill and to be in nature and go from one scene to another scene to another scene, it puts you in the place of how Jesus used to walk when he was here on earth. And when it got to the crucifixion, it just tore my heart out. It was a refreshing of the realization of what Jesus really did for us.
I started when I was little in the Easter Pageant, doing crowd scenes and stuff. As I started really living for the Lord, I found it was a really nice way to go out there and be an ambassador for Jesus, and I love it. It brings it to life for me. The Gospels, it shows a full, complete story if you put all four of those Gospels together.
I've been doing the Easter pageant since my youngest child was 3 years old. She's almost 30 now. I have 2 other children, and this has been an incredible part of my family's life. This makes an impact on everybody that's in it and on everybody that sees it.
Make this year the start of a new tradition for your family and come and join the Easter Pageant in Junction, Texas. As for what you can expect
To see in living color, so to speak, the days of Jesus Christ being played out from his first day when he began in ministry all the way up to his crucifixion and his ascension into heaven.
They can expect to see a depiction of the life of Christ in a new and realistic way.
Expect to see it played in a wild and natural setting, and it'll take you back, and you can see just what Jesus must have gone through.
Expect your heart to be moved, for sure.
You can expect to see the story and it come to life for you as well. You'll see a whole community of people come together because they love Jesus and they want to share that with you.
the Easter Pageant, the story of the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. His life is told in the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Every Easter, just outside the hill country town of Junction, anonymous volunteers bring the story to life on a mountainside. They do it not for recognition, but to share the ministry of Jesus Christ.